Diana Henry, How to Eat a Peach, Menus, Stories and Places. Dive into the world of Diana Henry and her enchanting book, How to Eat a Peach, Menus, Stories and Places, where food and travel intertwine to create unforgettable experiences. From her early years experimenting with recipes to her extensive explorations around the globe, discover the art of designing set menus that evoke vivid emotions, stories, and cultural experiences. With a focus on using the best ingredients, maintaining balance among flavors and textures, and creating festive occasions for gatherings, this delightful summary will leave you inspired and craving for more.
Diana Henry, more than just a cook. Diana Henry's passion for food goes beyond taste. It's inextricably linked to her love of travel and exploration. Growing up in Northern Ireland, where travel was difficult and expensive, she discovered the world through the pages of cookbooks. At the age of 15, an exchange trip to France opened her eyes to not just the food, but the culture and way of life that revolves around it. Her travels continue to inspire her recipes, which are a reflection of the experiences she's had, like the fizzy raspberry champagne cocktail she created after an Italian summer night. While praised for her set menus that tell a story with every dish, Henry's love for food is ultimately rooted in the sensual and emotional connection it creates. The art of hosting. Henry believes dinner parties should bring people together, which is why she prepares meals that facilitate conversation instead of interrupting it. Her menus always begin and end with a festive alcoholic drink, and she has a rule to prepare no more than 2 courses last minute to prevent being stuck in the kitchen. Henry's cooking style focuses on low-fuss, high-deliciousness meals that are carefully prepared in advance, allowing her to be the life of the party while serving a decadent meal. The art of menu balancing. Learn how to create balanced menus by following food writer Diana Henry's tips. When Diana Henry was starting as a cook, her menus were filled with rich, creamy dishes and lacked fresh vegetables. Now, she understands the importance of balancing rich flavors with light and fresh ones in a menu. Her key message is to keep menus balanced by alternating between creamy and fresh dishes. Henry's meals today are much lighter than her early menus and often include only 1 course. She relies on sharp flavors, citrus fruits, and fresh herbs to keep her dishes tasting fresh. She also ensures that every meal features a fresh green salad made with whole lettuce leaves and a simple oil and vinegar dressing. Henry learned to value the simplicity of greens served after the main course while living in France. She emphasizes the importance of carefully making a green salad by thoroughly washing and drying the lettuce leaves so the vinaigrette can cling to them. She also recommends tasting as you make the dressing to achieve the right balance of acidity. In addition to simple green salads, Henry also incorporates fruit and vegetables into her more complex salads. For example, in an Italian-inspired menu, she starts with a fennel, celery, and apple salad with pomegranates and toasted hazelnuts. Then, she balances the fresh flavors with a decadent and creamy wild mushroom vinces grassi. While Henry sometimes goes for rich chocolatey desserts, she mostly prefers light and fruity ones. She completes a late summer menu with a compote of raspberries, blackberries, and figs served in a syrupy late-harvest Riesling. Her pink grapefruit and basil ice cream adds a sweet tartness to a dinner of spinach gnocchi and roast lamb. In summary, creating a balanced menu is all about balancing rich and creamy dishes with light and fresh ones. Following Henry's tips for making delicious and carefully crafted salads and desserts can add that perfect balance to any menu. Seasonal eating, a journey through the year. The author, Henry, believes in the benefits of seasonal eating not only because it's ethical and environmentally friendly but also because it makes for better meals. She creates meals around the seasons, choosing only the best ingredients that are fresh and at their peak. Each dish is influenced by seasonal factors such as weather and fragrances, resulting in a full experience of flavors and aromas. From asparagus with homemade pistachio pesto to apricot and almond tart, Henry shares her love for seasonal ingredients and how they fulfill our seasonal cravings. The allure of simple ingredients. On her first trip to Italy, Alice Waters observed diners enjoying a simple peach dessert with chilled Moscato wine, which made her realize that the best meals are daringly simple. She developed a philosophy of preparing meals with the best ingredients and minimal fuss, which inspired a special summer menu featuring a fruity cocktail, sourdough bread, cantaloupe melon salad, whole roasted fish with anise aioli, and the famous white peach dessert with Moscato wine. The menu is carefully prepared with attention to detail, and every ingredient belongs on the plate. Exploring the depth of French cuisine. Discover the delectable French cuisines each region has to offer through the eyes of author Annabelle Henry. In her book, she takes us on a journey through France, sharing her experiences and the dishes she had in different regions. Annabelle Henry traveled all over France, delving into the tastes of every region. Her menus pay tribute to her specific experiences and showcase the pronounced regional flavors that enrich French cuisine. The author shows that French cuisine is far from being limited to snails in garlic or bœuf bourguignon. Every region in France has its own specialties, based on local produce and cooking traditions. Henry takes us on a virtual tour of France with her artfully simple starters, rich homemade pork rillettes, and a large dish of mussels with cream, garlic, parsley, and white wine. Her dishes perfectly capture the pleasures of a seaside holiday, as evidenced by her oysters with sourdough bread from a roadside stall in the wild wind, with the tang of the sea in the air. The author seamlessly blends her experiences with France's rich culinary culture to create a meal that transports us there. To encapsulate her journey through the Lot Valley in Dordogne in southwest France, Henry creates a more intense, autumnal menu that pays tribute to the complex, layered cooking she tasted there. The roasted quail, marinated in herbs and brandy and served with a creamy walnut sauce famous in the region, is simply divine. Annabelle provides us with a glimpse into the depth and complexities of French cuisine through her menus, sharing with us the tastes that define each region in France. While not all of us can experience these flavors in France's countryside, we now have a taste of what France has to offer through the author's experience. Spain on a plate. Henry's intense Spanish menu captures the country's moodily high-pitched and electric aliveness. Upon Henry's first visit to Spain, she couldn't help but be captivated by the country's rich and intense offerings. From the smells of leather and garlic to the lively and crowded bars, Spain left an impression that has remained with her since. Despite the fraught political history under Franco, Spain's capacity to embrace both darkness and melancholy alongside living life so fully continues to fascinate and inspire Henry. To capture this essence of Spain, Henry decided to create a menu that centered around the most intense dish she'd ever tasted, arroz negro. This rich risotto made with squid or cuttlefish ink is colored jet black, and welcomes Henry's description of darkness and the sea. The accompanying romesco sauce serves as a vibrant and sharp mixture of tomatoes, red peppers, garlic, almonds, and hazelnuts that adds a depth of flavor to the dish. The salad of fennel basted in sherry and orange zest offers a gold and caramelized accompaniment that is perfectly served with goat cheese, hazelnuts, and olive oil. To end the meal in the most decadent way possible, Henry makes a rich ice cream from dark chocolate and Pedro Jimenez sherry that can only be savored slowly, spoon by spoon. Overall, Henry's Spanish menu captures the essence of a country that is intense and electrically alive through its food. Healing heartbreak with Mexican and Asian food. When faced with heartbreak, the author found solace in the vibrant and complex flavors of Mexican and Asian cuisine. Mexican food goes beyond the typical guacamole and tacos, with delicate and rich dishes like ceviche, tinga poblana, arroz verde, and mango cheeks. Meanwhile, Southeast Asian cuisine expertly combines hot, sour, salty, and sweet flavors in dishes like galloping horses, shrimp stir-fry, braised pork, and sago pudding. These meals are sure to ignite the senses and lift the spirits, providing comfort during trying times. The comforts of food. Food can remind us of home and provide comfort, especially during cold, rainy days. Immigrants bring their culinary traditions with them to taste home in a new country. In her menus, Henry caters to both festive and comforting dishes. Her "I Can Never Resist Pumpkins" menu features warming foods such as pumpkin soup and Turinese hot chocolate. The warmth and smell of freshly baked Tuscan grape bread creates a cozy cocoon, and indulging in a sleepy afternoon siesta follows the meal. Planning the perfect menu. If you're inspired by Henry's festive menus and want to plan your own meal from scratch, follow her key principles. First, ask yourself what you want your guests to experience through your food. Then, consider the season and setting of the meal, and the ingredients you'd like to work with. Keep Henry's principles of balance and harmony in mind and mix up soft bakes with crunchy salads and hot mains with cooler sides. Additionally, make sure that whatever you serve is of the best possible quality to make the meal a success. Summer Nights Menu. Indulge in a complete summer dinner party with this simple yet flavorful menu inspired by Diana Henry's philosophy of enjoying a long and lavish meal with friends. From snacks like garlic bread to refreshing cocktails reminiscent of summer, this menu has everything you need to make a memorable night. Try out the fruity and unique summer sandal cocktail, then move on to 2 starter dishes: toasted sourdough bread topped with a mix of fava beans, mint and lemon mash, and juicy cantaloupe melon with creamy goat cheese and lavender red wine dressing. For the main course, relish in a baked sea base served with seasoned fennel and aioli. Complete the meal with an anchovy-topped tomato dish and white peaches alongside Moscato dessert wine.
In How to Eat a Peach, Menus, Stories and Places, Diana Henry shares her passion for food and travel, culminating in diverse and well-balanced menus inspired by her adventures. The book's key takeaways include the importance of high-quality ingredients, balancing rich and light flavors, having fun at dinner parties, daring simplicity, eating seasonally, and creating dishes that resonate with the soul. Her carefully planned recipes evoke memories, emotions, and cultural discoveries while maintaining a focus on simple, accessible ingredients and techniques. Whether it's a cozy evening at home or a fun gathering with loved ones, let Henry's artful menus awaken your culinary creativity and transport you to a world of delightful flavors.